Welcome back. You're listening to Real Talk with Brian and Dan on 1150 AM KKNW. I'm Brian.
And I'm Dan.
Our first guest today is Liz Silke, stylist with J.Hilburn. J.Hilburn is a luxury menswear brand. As a personal stylist with J.Hilburn, Liz helps her clients achieve their best look every day. Why, Dan, what a nice-looking shirt you're wearing.
Hey, thank you. It's brought to you by Liz.
Oh, that's great. I love it. So all J.Hilburn garments are made with the finest Italian fabrics at a great value. Liz, welcome to the show.
Well, thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah.
Good to be here.
Yeah, it's great to have you here looking out the beautiful view over Bellevue there. What a lovely day. So, Liz, tell us a bit about yourself.
Well, I was born and raised in San Francisco Bay Area, just outside of Palo Alto, and I went to school in San Francisco, so that's where I spent some time. I've been here in the Northwest for about 25 years now, so it's been a long while. Watched Bellevue and Seattle grow exponentially.
Do you feel like Seattle's like a mini version of the Bay Area?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm always like astonished when I fly into the Bay Area. I'm like, wow, it's so big. And it makes me feel like if across the other side of Elliott Bay was like full of houses too,
Right.
then we'd be close.
Right. And, you know, pros and cons to being like the Bay Area. There's, it's except for traffic, kind of a nightmare now. So,
In the Bay Area?
anyway,
Or
both places,
Both.
both places.
So this is a show about real estate. So we always
Yes.
ask our guests to share with us about memories. And we talked before the show, you're actually heading down to the home you grew up in. So share some of those memories about that
Yeah,
house.
and I guess I'm really grateful and fortunate to still have my childhood home in the Palo Alto area. I'll be flying down there on Friday to take a look at some renovations doing to the house. But there's so many great memories, and I get to go back to them all the time.
Nice.
The tree-lined street that I grew up in, the exact same house inside and out, which obviously I'm changing. Just memories of my parents. They've passed like 4 years ago. It was just the three of us. I'm an only child. So I just walk into that house and I can smell my mom's Italian cooking.
Oh, yeah.
And just, see the sofa right there. It was, it's a small square house, like 1,200 square feet, with a beautiful garden that she grew. I could still see it in my memory. I also see my dad was a tailor. So this is kind of how I got involved with J.Hilburn, just kind of inspirational. Just remembering all the fabrics that were lying around on our dining room table, his patterns.
My mouth is watering because you went back to the Italian
Yes,
food.
yes,
Oh, yeah.
yes.
Oh, my gosh.
definitely. Yeah. So many memories.
I can smell the lasagna right now.
And that was one of her favorites and classics, and I still make it today.
Okay, we're going to have an opportunity.
Yes.
Little cooking show.
Yeah,
right,
there.
exactly.
So I think you've answered part of this question about, what brought you to J.Hilburn. It sounds like you're following in your father's footsteps in a way. But tell us about J.Hilburn and your role.
Well, J.Hilburn is, a company that's really not known out there, which is a surprise to me. My husband started wearing J.Hilburn garments like 3 or 4 years ago. Never heard of it until that was, reached out to him as an opportunity. And it's really bringing a service and products to men that are of full quality, made out of 100% Italian fabrics and manufactured in Portugal and Malaysia. They've hired consulting firms throughout the world in terms of identifying these mills and factories for us. And so that's a great opportunity. It was a great opportunity for me to blend in my passions for fashion, both men's and women's. Grew up with it, obviously. My father was very passionate about fabric, and so am I. It has to be the best quality, and that's what J.Hilburn is all about.
So why should somebody consider J.Hilburn versus just going to a brick and mortar store, get an Italian shirt? Yeah,
that's a great question. It's several aspects to the business. Number one is fit. Fits everything, guys. I mean, look at Dan's shirts, fitting him nicely.
Very comfortable.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's comfortable. You don't have to get it tailored. And it just helps something hang nicely. Fabric's another one, the quality that we just talked about. And personalized service. I bring the store to men in their offices, at homes.
I got to pick out the buttons.
Yeah, yes.
Like
He did a
really?
great
the exact
job.
buttons. Yeah, thank
he
you.
did a great job. And we're lucky enough to have a showroom here in Bellevue. It's one out of 4 showrooms in the entire country. So this greater Seattle area, this is great for us because there's a lot of samples. I know Dan's been in. So there's many samples from the company. So that's a great thing. So in a package, that's what's really differentiating J.Hilburn versus, just a brick and mortar store.
Awesome.
So how did you get started?
I got started about almost a year ago and introduced it. Well, first I knew about J.Hilburn through my husband, and then somebody approached me to become a stylist. And I said, you know what? This is the right time in my life to do something like this and to build my own business. I'm super excited about that. And again, just kind of folding in my passion about fabrics and clothing and menswear.
Yeah. So, and she's so passionate about it. I love that. I really do. I mean,
yes.
I just pick stuff off the rack, and it's not super exciting. And I'm like, well, this will work for me. And if Travis Groom is out there listening, which I doubt he is, he's always commenting on my lack of fashion style. But it's good to have somebody in your back pocket that you can go, what do you think? Does this look good? So you said you first heard about J.Hilburn 3 years ago with your husband, but how long have they been around?
J.Hilburn's been around since 2007, and they started primarily as a shirting company. And then they saw more and more opportunity, getting more and more exposure. They went into suiting. Then they are now in casual wear. So that's been going on for about 3 years now. Anything from casual T-shirts now to golf wear. We just launched swimwear, great swim shorts. So there's 11 different categories now that they branched into accessories, including belts, and ties and whatnot. We also contract with companies like Cole Haan and Allen Edmonds for shoes. And for jeans, it's D&L 1961, which is the finest jean out there.
Wow.
Sweet.
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying sweet jeans.
Yeah.
I like jeans.
Yeah.
Who's your typical client?
Gosh, it would be, I can dress all men, obviously. A typical client would be someone that's hard to fit off the rack. These, off the rack clothing is really for models, and that's where the patterns are based off of, and not really to be technical.
So that's why it doesn't work for me.
And that's one person. And another, who likes custom, who likes to be creative and has their personal touch on their clothing, like Dan's pointing out his buttons. He chose this buttons and the stitching. And then also someone who just doesn't have time and hates to shop. And most men do.
Yeah.
And so it's really a time saver. It's also value add. We cut out the middleman, so we can bring these products so much less cheaper than, let's say, a department store pricing.
Yeah, and you can do all the stuff through the website, so you can pick collar, pick buttons, pick.
Right.
There's too many options for a guy like me, but like Rick, right? Rick Robertson.
Yes.
He loved to customize his everything. So it's you say every man, and I think my value for me is I just don't want to think about it.
Right.
I want something to look good. I need to show up, be professional, and I don't want to have to think, am I still current or am I actually now behind styles, which is usually normal. So you said fit, right? What do you mean by fit? What does custom clothes and custom fit mean?
Custom fit means measurements, made to measure. So what I do is I go to someone's home or office or at the showroom and I measure them. They have set measurements for us to take. The company's developed an algorithm and it's in the process. It's always being reinvented, which is great for us. It spits back measurements, but ultimately the final measurements are what I take. And that's how the garment is fitted. We have several different types of fits, including athletic wear, athletic fit to tailored fit to a European sleek fit to a classic fit, and many patterns within those fits. So we can really customize the actual fit to any man, really.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tell us about the quality of the product.
Quality is amazing. Again, all these fabrics are made out of Italy, some of the top manufacturers in Italy, and all the way up to luxe fabrics such as Zegna and Loro Piana, which is our luxe suiting. Vitali is our main source of suiting and jackets and sports coats, and they're the largest manufacturing of fabrics in Italy, I believe. So those are the types of the companies that we work with. We really pride ourselves on working with companies with sustainability. with their fabrics.
You had mentioned that. So, and I'm thinking, quality and sustainability.
Yes.
What does that mean? The sustainability part is curious.
Well, the sustainability is, the garment's not going to fall apart or the fabric's not going to fray in like 2 years. And then you have to throw it out. I mean, I've actually come across some clients that was their case because they bought it XYZ. And, that's just not a sustainable product. At J.Hilburn, that's really what we want, is delivering the sustainable product to clients.
And you said all the stuff is sourced in Italy?
Correct. It's fabrics. Yes. A lot of it's produced, the suiting is produced in Portugal, and shirting and casual is produced in Malaysia.
Okay. Wow. Very good. So describe the personal service, if you can.
Yes.
That you provide.
Yes. And as long as I just mentioned in terms of actually taking the store to clients in their homes and offices and at the showroom, one of the personalized services is really helping men create their wardrobe. I create style boards with them. And let's say, for example, Dan, you have you ordered a shirt and a pair of pants, and we can take a look at those. And now we can maybe pair a jacket with it, another shirt with it. And so we can just build from there. And so that's a personalized service. So you don't have to think about it. Right. I do. I just do all the homework on the back end. And as I get to know clients, I get to know their personality and their style. Yeah. And, we can build a wardrobe from there.
Nice. Okay. So what advice do you have for anybody that would like to start building a custom wardrobe?
Well, contact me, of course.
Yeah, start there.
Yeah, we can start there. But really, there's some basic staples to form a foundation for, any wardrobe. And it's really a classic black tuxedo, a navy or gray suit, crisp white or blue shirt.
Hold on, I'm taking notes here.
Yeah. Go ahead, Dan. Go ahead. A pair of casual pants with, let's say khakis, whether it's a 5-pocket that emulates jeans and or a chino. These are all great interchangeable pieces, great building blocks to springboard to a great custom-made wardrobe.
Awesome.
Yeah.
How do our listeners reach you?
They can reach me by email, liz.silke@jhilburnpartner.com. They can actually look at my website, lizsilke.jhilburn.com, or they can reach me by phone, 206-660-7600.
That's great. We've got a little time still here. Anything
Yes.
you'd like to add to the conversation?
Well, I think it's just it's so exciting to build this business and to bring a value-added service to men. I mean, again, it's not really known out there, and this is kind of the wave of the future for retail, not only for men and for women as well. But just versus online and just ordering online, and maybe it's not fitting in.
Yeah, I was going to say there's M Tailor out there would be a competitor, and then
Stitch Fix.
Stuff
So
like
tell me about that. How does it
well,
compare with
what
online
they don't
service?
have, but you don't have a personal contact,
Right.
that you can actually see. And so it's like if something is not right for the first or the second fitting, and let's be honest, with Dan's shirt, we had to send it back and get it remade, kind of put some touches to it. And I took care of all of that.
Yeah.
He didn't have to go to the
service
post, he didn't have to go to the UPS office. He didn't have to contact the company. I did all that.
So it's kind of like meshing the luxury brand products with a custom experience.
Right.
And then having somebody who's got an eye for it that can say, okay, let's not pick these things, right? Because if you get Stitch Fix, right, they're throwing a bunch of things in,
right?
And me, you'd be like, I'm not going to just throw a bunch of things in, and then. I always wonder about the Stitch Fix thing. Do people show up at gatherings and they're all wearing the same outfit?
They could be. They could be. That would be awkward, just, right? Awkward, and that's just a big no-no in fashion.
That's funny.
Because you want to be custom, right? You want to be unique.
Yeah.
And this is a good way to express uniqueness.
Another reason to buy your shirts from Liz rather than Costco, because I've found myself at places with the same
shirt.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah. Sustainability, maybe?
Yeah, well, there you go.
I didn't say that.
So I take it you also track your customers' purchase to help them help them with the whole process?
Correct.
That's a value right there.
Yeah, and that's just doing my homework before I meet with the client and just kind of going over what they've already ordered and just building from there.
Yeah. Nice.
Awesome.
Liz, thanks so much for joining us today.
Well, thanks so much for having me.
Yeah.
It's been fun.
Yeah.
It is.
Thanks.
Our next guest is Rachel Garcia, owner and operator of Minuteman Press. We will be discussing how to market your business like a pro. We'll be right back.
Did you know when you pay rent, you're actually paying someone else's mortgage? Are you tired of missing out on owning your own home? Fact: homeowners on average have 40 times the financial net worth of renters. The Eastside Real Estate Team has been helping many first-time home buyers find and buy their first home. They specialize in customer service and put you first. They listen first to what you're looking for, and then they take the time to make sure their clients understand every aspect of the home buying process. If owning a home has been your dream, the Eastside Real Estate Team can help you. For a free, no-hassle consultation, call 425-200-4093 or find them online at the eastsiderealestateteam.com, a subsidiary of Keller Williams Realty in Bellevue.
Hey there, Dan Edwards here with the Eastside Real Estate Team. And if you're like me, you have a pretty busy schedule. You don't have time to go all over the place looking for a custom wardrobe. I'm a simple guy, but I do need to show up looking professional. That's why you need to meet my friend Liz Silke with J.Hilburn. With J.Hilburn, Liz provides custom men's clothing at a fraction of the price. You'll get custom fit suits, shirts, and more with names like Thomas Mason, Albani, and Testatura. What's even better, Liz can come to your home or office for a private fitting, and she has a great eye for what looks good. I can't say enough about Liz and J.Hilburn. If you're looking to find a fine Italian suit, or you just want to finally get a shirt that fits, call Liz at 206-660-7600. That's 206-660-7600.
Wondering what's on next on Alternative Talk 1150? Check out 1150kknw.com.